The Bob Locurcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. By Circus Sports. And by your local Hyundai dealer. Find the dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. Hey, welcome back. We're at Wrigley, and we get ready for Mets and Cubs. Game 2. It's the middle game of this 3-game set. And, JD, the Cubs offense has been on fire of late.
They have hit their stride, Boog. They're having a real nice time. They're putting a lot of runs up on the board, and it's not one or two guys. It's contributions up and down the lineup, and that has to be the case if you're going to score 10 runs a game.
All right, let's hit it downstairs and check in with Elise Menaker.
I wish it was the same about the pitching situation. 10 pitchers currently on the IL, and so they had to make room before the game with the roster move for a fresh arm. So Cade Horton, he was transferred to the 60-day IL. That means the Cubs, they selected the contract of Corbin Martin. Now, Martin didn't pitch a ton in Iowa, just 2 innings in all, so you go back to March 29th. That was the first time. After that, Craig Counsell said he experienced back spasms, so he didn't pitch again till a few days ago. That was April 14th. Now, he is healthy, and he has a right-handed arm, so you keep that in mind with a lefty-heavy bullpen right now. So this is just the situation that the Cubs are in. 19 pitchers so far they have used this season. That is tied for 3rd most in baseball.
Yeah, the Cubs have 10 pitchers on the IL, and right now in their bullpen, it's weird looking at the chart because there are 5 lefties down there in Thielbar, Rollison, Milner, Little, and Martin. Big Jameson Taillon on the mound. Last time out, a 10 strikeout game.
Yeah, it was a really weird game for him. He allowed that first inning grand slam, had given up 5 runs through 2 innings, and then he just hung in there and pitched really well the rest of the way, and allowed the Cubs to come back and get the Buccos. It's really a gritty performance. Ends up striking out 10 in that game against Pittsburgh.
All right, let's check out the Mets lineup. It's brought to you by Ford. Benj, Bo Bichette, Francisco Lindor, Luis Robert, and then MJ Melendez, Francisco Alvarez, Mark Vientos, Brett Beatty, and Marcus Semien. Offense has been a real problem for the Mets, a team that is expected to score this year. They are right now without the services of Juan Soto, who's on the shelf. Carlos Mendoza without his best hitter, and he's on the IL with a calf issue. And then Jorge Polanco, who is one of the guys that they thought would really be delivering some offense for them, injured as well. Ready to go, Jameson Taillon against Carson Benj.
Yeah, Mets actually had a lot of good at-bats yesterday. They had 14 hits. They hit the ball hard all afternoon long, but managed to score just 4 runs while the Cubs are putting a 12 spot on the board. Wind is blowing out to right here today, so lefty hitters who can get the ball in the air are dangerous.
As Taillon misses with the first offering of the game, and our plate umpire Alex Tosi right on the edge, but called the ball. Taillon back to work. Here's a 1-0. Tries the same spot. And that one actually did miss. Taillon, who's utilized that kick change against lefties. Yeah, that's in for a strike. Our plate umpire mentioned Alex Tosi. And a former pitcher at Illinois Wesleyan, part of a team that won the 2010 Division III National Championship. That's right, we got umpire nuggets.
Yeah, you think he'd be pitcher friendly then, right?
That's right.
Have a big zone.
JD was a finance major at Illinois Western.
And they won a
natty D3 National Championship. Here comes the 2-2. In the air, slicing down the left side, and that'll find the seats.
Who'd they beat to win that?
You know,
Wisconsin Whitewater?
It doesn't say on my sheet here.
Mankato State. I know some D3 baseball, pal.
I know you do.
Cortland Red Dragons.
It was, I think it was North Carolina, Asheville.
Okay. It's a lovely place to vacation.
Beautiful. 2-2. Breaking ball down. Benj wouldn't chase.
Well, all fastballs for J-Mo until he dropped that curveball in there. He was mindful of the velo for J-Mo. We saw 93 a couple of pitches ago. That's a good sign.
3-2. Here it comes. And that's dribbled towards third and foul ball. Third base umpire Todd Tichenor at the plate yesterday. He's the crew chief.
Where did he play his college ball, Boog?
He was on that UNC Asheville team that Alex Tosi beat in the 2000. No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. Todd, I'll get at you, but we will have these guys. It's one of the things. Look, the umpires are in this game because they love baseball too. They just found another way to be part of this sport. That's fouled away. Our first base umpire is Adam Hammery.
Yep.
And we've talked about him. He was a broadcasting major in college. Did play-by-play for football and basketball. 3-2. And Benj hanging in there.
Yeah, it's a pretty good battle here. Gemmo's making a lot of quality pitches. First trying to shave that outside corner with the heater, then starting to sprinkle in the breaking ball a little bit. That was the sinker fouled off. Again, that went at 93 miles an hour.
9 pitches in, but no kick change. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He went upstairs and beat him with a fastball.
Yeah, kind of atypical for J-Mo, this elevated fastball. We don't see a whole lot of that from him. I'm not sure that's what he was intending to do, but it ultimately gets his man. AbbVie and the Cubs are teaming up to strike out cancer. Roughly 241 Americans are diagnosed with cancer every hour. For each Cubs strikeout at Wrigley Field this season, AbbVie will donate $241 to Cubs charities. AbbVie, people, passion, possibilities.
First offering in for a strike to Bo Bichette. Although K-Zone and ABS said no. Tyone delivers to Bichette. Inside.
I've seen a lot of Bichette over the years. You know, his time with Toronto, we didn't see them a lot. He just has a really unique stance, the way he turns his back. It's like in a pre-coil, preset position, and then just throws the barrel.
Drilled in the air, right center field, and there to make the catch is Seiya Suzuki. So 2 down. And here's Francisco Lindor. Lindor off to a really slow start. Remember, he had hamate surgery February 11th. And we've seen guys recover way more quickly from that surgery. But even still, you can't help but wonder if, you know, that's at the heart of the issue. Just the rust and getting some of that strength back. There's that kick change, and that's a strike.
Back to back with the changeup. So J-Mo's going to throw fastballs, cutters, curves, sweepers. That change. And he'll use his secondary pitches. He'll use all of them a decent amount.
Swing and a miss.
Good yacker here, Boog.
Uncle Charlie.
Yeah, you see that spike grip?
Is that a knuckle curve?
Not in my world.
Not in my parish.
Get off my lawn.
Here comes the 2-2. Too high. The Mets have played 20 games. They're 7-13. And for Carlos Mendoza, Lindor has knocked in 1 run this year. On the ground, through the right side hole, and a base hit. Lindor just pulled it between Horner and Bush, and it's a 2-out single.
Yeah, Lindor had been leading off. The Mets struggling. Carlos Mendoza shook things up a little bit. He's moved him into the 3-hole. He's got Benj, the rookie, leading off these days. This is good work here by Lindor, really using his legs.
It's a pretty good pitch, that changeup. And now it's Luis Robert Jr. Ripped, fair ball down the third baseline. And half over to play it off the sidewalk. Quickly fires it in, but it's a double, and they're at second and third with 2 outs.
Trying to throw a two-seamer in on his hands. And Robert Jr. kind of wise to it. Gets there in a hurry, cuts it off, walks it toward the corner. And well played there by Ian to prevent Lindor from coming around to score. Now Melendez, who probably had the best swings of anybody in the Met lineup yesterday.
Breaking ball misses, ball 1. Yeah, he hit the ball hard. I think the Mets had. All right, so there's a challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Miguel Amaya. And it's a strike.
Chicago has 2 challenges remaining.
Swing and a miss. Both the Cubs and the Mets have been good in terms of challenge success, both in the top 4 in baseball. Upstairs, and Melendez lays off. MJ Melendez, the DH.
Big, strong kid. A couple good home run seasons with Kansas City a few years back.
Yeah, former catcher. In the air out towards left center field. Half back onto the track, and he makes the catch. Mets strand a couple. Cubs will come up. It'll be Hoerner, Bush, and Bregman when we return.
Home runs. And there you go. There's the home runs in white. Hoerner happened by Ballesteros saw went deep for the Cubs yesterday. Put 12 runs on the board. StatCast, powered by Google Cloud.
So Nico Hoerner climbs in against Freddie Peralta. And Hoerner lifts that in the air, left field. That's falling, but racing over to make the catch is Benj. So Hoerner retired on the first pitch of the game, and let's check out the Cubs lineup. It'll go Hoerner, then Bush, then Bregman, Happ, Suzuki, Ballesteros. Amaya does the catching, hitting 7th PCA, and Swanson rounding out the lineup.
Well, let's see what Freddie Peralta has been up to lately. Well, he was acquired from the Brewers on January 21st. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year. Ground ball rate is up. I suspect that'll go down with his style of pitching. He likes to throw a lot of four-seam fastballs, and that tends to lead to fly balls. And they call him Fastball Freddie for a reason, because he uses that four-seam fastball about as much as anybody in the game. That one right there.
He was signed as a 16-year-old back in 2013 by the Mariners.
It holds its line, does that heater, and you got to get it down.
Bush pops it foul. The Brewers traded for Freddie Peralta in December of 2015. It was one of the first things David Stearns did. And he basically traded Adam Lind for 3 teenagers. And Stearns said it was like trading for 3 lottery tickets. Had no idea that Peralta was going to turn into this. And something you see in baseball all the time. A general manager acquires a player and then goes somewhere else, and then he gets him again.
Anthony Rizzo.
There you go. But for Jed Hoyer, it was Boston, San Diego, and Chicago. 2-2. Popped up. Third base, foul ground. Bichette into fair ground, makes the catch. Well, JD, Freddie Peralta has over the years held the Cubs bats pretty quiet. 167. It is the lowest opponent batting average against the Cubs since 1901. I love Koufax, Johnson, and Ryan being on that list.
Doesn't see it.
Left field, Benj able to make the grab, and 3 outs in the air. Cubs go in order. Of the second, Jameson Taillon will get back to work Sunday against the Pirates. JMO became the first Cub to allow a grand slam and strike out at least 10 in a game since Sheriff Blake on July 18th, 1925. JD, was Sheriff his real name?
No, John was his real name. He was given the moniker Sheriff by his manager. I think he was pitching with the St. Louis Browns at the time, and the manager couldn't think of his name, and apparently he was from West Virginia.
He called him a moonshining
Yes.
sheriff.
You knew.
Yeah.
And then it just stuck. As you know, nicknames tend to stick. And he had to spend the rest of his life explaining to people that he had nothing to do with law enforcement.
We started it last year, or maybe it was the year before, when you were calling me Wildfire for a bit. Fly ball left field, Happ charging in. Ian makes the catch.
Yeah, Wildfire Schulte.
Yeah, so I'm saying I really believe that I think that if I leaned into it for the next 2 weeks, and it was Boog Sciambi along with Jim the Sheriff Deshaies, or
could
just
make it stick
along with the Sheriff, do you think I can make it stick?
Well, I imagine with some folks, yeah. Some people would see me outside the ballpark. Hey, Sheriff.
That would just be amazing.
It would make Andrew Chafin was the sheriff.
The hard work would just be, it'd be so worth it. You and I going out to breakfast or coffee and just be like, hey, it's the sheriff.
Yeah, I'd have to take on a whole new persona.
You'd have to go finger guns and all that stuff. All right, I won't do it. Here comes the 2-0. Mark Vientos getting the start at first base. Brett Baty is starting in right field today. After what we saw yesterday from Brett Baty, I don't know if we're going to see him at first base again in the near future. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it was not a great performance. That is clobbered left field, and that's way back into the hot dogs. And it's 1-0 Mets.
Well, the ball Melendez hit to end the top half of the first inning, I think would have been a home run in yesterday's game. The way that wind was blowing, this one not wind aid at all. The wind is blowing out towards right. This is just strength, 434 feet. My goodness. We've seen JMO have some success with that elevated fastball in the first inning, but this time Vientos catches up to it and hits his second home run of the year. Look out, hot dogs.
Here's Baty now. As he fouls one back. JD, in the early going, you see this every once in a while, but Brett Baty's got that odd. The average is actually higher than the on base line.
Yeah.
And it's basically it's usually going to be a guy who doesn't walk and he's hit a few sack flies.
Couple sack flies.
There you go.
Yeah, he hasn't walked yet.
Nope. High fly ball right center. Seiya gives way to PCA. So 2 down. Mets lead at 1-0 on the Vientos home run. And now it's Marcus Semien. Mets have dropped 9 in a row. This is only the second time in the last 6 that they've held a lead. J-Mo back to work. Didn't go, says Adam Hammery. On a hop, Swanson steadies, fires, not in time. Infield single for Marcus Semien.
Yeah, good try here by Dansby, just too deep in the hole. Semien still runs well at the age of 35. He can still a plus runner. Benj, the Mets' first-round pick out of Oklahoma State in 2024, the 19th pick overall. Blasted through the minor league system last year. Played at 3 different levels. Seeing a number of these guys popping up in the big leagues. Pizana for Cleveland, he's
very close.
Pretty soon, right?
Yep, no doubt. Yeah, I think just about everybody on that list is in the majors with the exception of Pizana. Pizana's he's a college pick, but he's from Australia. I guess the Mets like the Oklahoma State guys because that's where Nolan McLean went as well.
They got a thing for Cowboys, Boo.
Mm-hmm. I should have said, right, you are a sheriff.
Well, Benj, he only has like 56 games above A-ball under his belt. At just 24 games at AAA last year. He had good numbers in the minor leagues last year, not so much in his brief time with their AAA club in Syracuse under the tutelage of the great Dickie Scott, who manages that club.
3-2. Tyone in the dirt, and Benj will take the walk. 2 on and 2 outs. And now to bring up Bo Bichette.
And Benj doing his piece as the leadoff man here today. Lengthy at bat first time. Ultimately, J-Mo got him to chase a high fastball, but this time he was able to work a walk and get on there ahead of Bichette. So a little bit of a crisis point, and Tommy Hotovy wants to chat about it.
He is really having to work. And Alex Tosi coming out to the mound. JD just did some double check. You know, when Alex Tosi won that national championship as a pitcher on the Illinois Wesleyan team back in 2010. They actually beat SUNY Cortland.
The Red Dragons.
That's correct.
And fellow arbiter C.B. Buckner attended SUNY Cortland back in the day. Played a little center field, I believe.
Bichette skies this one. Right side, Bush makes the grab, foul ground, and Taillon gets out of it. Mets take the lead on the Vientos homer. And it is powered by CDW and Intel, and most runs per game this year. It goes Dodgers, Braves, Nats, Cubs. So the Cubs right now 4th in the bigs in runs per game. Ian Happ takes ball 1 from fastball Freddie Peralta. And now 2-0. Game 4 of the division series. Was an electric night at Wrigley as the Cubs got the win and the fans were into it. Fans chanting at Peralta. And eventually, with Ian Happ at the plate, the lid came off the place. Two. A little bit low. I mean, this was a moment for Ian Happ. Kind of his Cub moment. Longest tenured guy on the team. Look at Nico.
Pure bliss.
In the air, center field. That's well struck. Robert back, turning, looking, out of here. He's done it again. It's a Game 4 flashback. That's right, Bleacher Jeff. And Ian Happ has tied it up.
Yeah, normally a slow starter in the home run department, but not this year. That is number 6 for Ian. He went deep as a right-handed hitter yesterday. Peralta tried everything in this sequence. The four-seamer, the changeup, and it looked like a breaking ball that Ian jumped on 431 feet. And we're all square.
First one to Seiya misses the mark, and he has tied Derek Lee. Most homers in Cubs history, tied for 13th, 179. That's a pretty good dude to be tied with. Suzuki plunked in the elbow guard. He'll take his base.
It's a two-seamer just running in and clips that guard. Coming into play today, Ian, just 2 out of 32 in his career regular season against Peralta.
First one to Ballesteros. Ball 1, no strikes. What a start he's off to. On the ground, just foul at third.
Craig Counsell was asked about Ballesteros after the game yesterday, kind of what his keys to his early success have been, and Craig just basically said he's aggressive, not overthinking it. See ball, hit ball. Done a lot of damage on first pitches of at bats.
He's 22 years old. Catcher by trade, but he can hit. Good buddy Ildemaro Vargas Off to a fast start. 1-2. Man at first, nobody out. Peralta. Try to go higher than high. 2-2. Suzuki at first. The Cubs have tied it on an Ian Happ homer. Inside, and it almost hit him.
They're hitting Suzuki now, up and in on Ballesteros. Got the fans all worked up here. I think Peralta's just, he knows that Ballesteros is a really good fastball hitter, and he's reaching back, just trying to find a little extra.
Yeah.
And in trying to, find that extra velo, he loses command.
Yeah, he just yanked that. 3-2 now. And he beat him with one over the heart of the zone. And there's one away.
Home Run Replay is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. For the 6th time this year, Ian Happ's going to take the trot. Yeah, it was a backdoor breaking ball that was left up. And he just hammers this thing straight away center field. A majestic home run.
6 of his 16 hits this year are home runs. First pitch, a fastball at 95 for a strike to Miguel Amaya. Cubs and the Mets tied at 1-1.
It's what, close to 80 degrees yesterday, and we're probably high 40s here today. This schizophrenic spring that we're having in Chicago.
Yeah, it's gone all over.
Yeah. Plenty of sunshine.
That is in there for a strike. Man at first, one out. Amaya waiting. In the air, shallow center. This could fall. It does. And Amaya dunks one into center field.
Talk about a thing of beauty, just a little lob wedge here. I'm surprised to see Lindor give up on this ball as soon as he did. He takes a couple of steps and then peels back towards second base. I mean, it's not the kind of ball where you're going to assume the center fielder is going to be able to make a play. I don't know that he could have gotten there, but he made a pretty quick determination that he wasn't the guy. Not a huge sample, but good numbers for Pete against Peralta. 5 out of 11, a couple of doubles, or excuse me, a double and a home run.
Suzuki at second, Amaya at first. Upstairs outside.
Here's a fun fact. Freddie Peralta has not allowed a hit this year with a man in scoring position. Sooner or later.
Yes. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. That's going with their alternate tops here. As the Cubs threatening to take the lead. And PCA takes that one.
Well, the way the Mets are going, I wouldn't be surprised if they came out here wearing their pants on their heads and their jerseys on their legs. I mean, they're searching.
Yeah, 9 in a row. I was down in the dugout talking to David Stearns, who's the president of baseball operations, and a Met fan in a Met jersey was heckling him. And the part I was confused by is, like, you bought a ticket to cheer for this team.
He had to hear it, man. He had to let the guy know that he's not happy with his roster. I get it.
It was just funny.
I get it.
It was him. No, it wasn't him. 3-2. And Pete fouls one back.
Yeah. Pitch count can be an issue for Peralta at times, right? He's the kind of guy with that riding fastball that gets a lot of foul balls, runs some deep counts.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Time call. And then Pete apologizes to Freddie. Yeah, we've seen it before where he's pitched well, and he's one of those guys that'll go 5 1/3. Yeah, because the pitch count's ratcheted up.
Pitches, it's got to go. Yeah,
got to go. Three-two. Fly ball left field. Benj waiting on it. And the runners will stay put. PCA is out number 2. And here comes Dansby Swanson.
So 36 pitches now for Peralta, and a whole bunch of them in this inning, right? I mean, the first inning went pretty quickly. Just 9 in the first.
All right, since 1950, how about 19 or more runs scored in the team's first 19 games? Tucker last year part of that list, but Dansby this season popped up down the right side, and that'll get out of play. And be careful down there, Brett Baty.
Ball's going to continue to drift in that direction. Right-handed hitter, probably a little slice spin on it. The wind is blowing that way. And nice effort by Baty, but no real chance to make a play on that ball. As a pitcher, you appreciate the effort.
Swing and a miss, and 1-2 on Dansby Swanson. .96 with that last heater. About to throw pitch number 40. That time Swanson able to take. So 2-2. First and second, 2 outs, tied at 1. What do you figure he's fixing to throw?
Well, you know, I think I reckon he'll probably try another heater. Partner, no, we'll change piece.
There we are, Wildfire and the Sheriff. What does Elise want her nickname to be? Elise?
I was just wondering the same thing.
What about me?
I just feel like Penny. Is it Penny?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, right?
Yeah, that's great. Having nothing to do with anything. My name's Elise, but call me Penny. 3-2. Center field. Robert waits on it. Swanson retired. The Cubs leave 2, but Ian Happ deposits one into the bleachers in center field, and it's a 1-1 game. 1-1 as we go to the third. It'll be Lindor, Robert, and Melendez. Jameson Taillon back to work. And the pitch is in for a strike. I want to say happy belated birthday to Roberta Paulson. Her 91st birthday was yesterday. And she's a huge Cubs fan. So Roberta,
yeah,
happy B-Day.
Happy birthday, Roberta.
On a strike on Lindor, who singled through the right side his first time up. Taillon fires. And that's a strike. It's been a while that Lindor's been a Met. He came over in January of 21 from Cleveland and then signed that big extension. He's kind of been their highlighted player, and then they went and made the move prior to last year to acquire Juan Soto via free agency. Curveball misses outside.
Been a lot of turnover with this Met club, right? Pete Alonso gone, Jeff McNeil, Brandon Nimmo. He had been the longest tenured Met, and he was dealt to the Rangers for Simeon, trying to improve their club defensively.
Swing and a foul chip at the plate. No, he missed it. Struck him out. Wow, he missed that by a lot.
Yeah, he did.
Is he sitting on something else?
I don't know. It's kind of just didn't recognize it out of hand, obviously. Robert up there hacking today, doubled his first trip on the first pitch he saw, and he attacks that first pitch cutter. Four-seam fastball usage for JMO's down a little bit this year. He looks like he's traded them for cutters.
Base hit into left field, and Robert is aboard. Let's send it downstairs and check in with Penny.
Oh, hi. Yes. So I want to tell you about Jameson Taillon. Last inning, he gave up a home run to Mark Vientos. And we talked about his last outing where it was kind of one of those unique things. He gives up a grand slam, has 10 strikeouts. The home runs, though, they say they do not ruin his day. That's what Jameson Taillon said after his last start. He said, I have to be more concerned about bigger things here, like the process. What got me into that situation? He felt in his last outing he was falling behind hitters. We know Jameson, he likes to get ahead, unlike with this batter, Melendez. So he can work all of his pitches. Maybe he's giving up walks. And so we know that Taillon will give up home runs. So does Jameson, but he will not let it affect his entire outing.
Yeah, and look, I mean, Zach Wheeler's a guy on that list. I think when you're talking about the process, JD, what you're talking about is, yeah, don't walk guys. And if it's possible to impact when you give them up with nobody on.
Yeah, I mean, that's his approach is to be aggressive. As Penny mentioned, a lot of first pitch strikes is his MO. He doesn't walk people. And if with that style coupled with evolving more into more of a fly ball guy as his career has moved along, you know, when he first came up with the Pirates, is more sinker, slider, curveball, a lot of balls on the ground.
Good point.
Recent years, it's more in the air, and home runs are going to be part of that formula.
Runner goes, throw to second, tags right there, got him. And Robert cut down by Miguel Amaya. Swanson put the tag on him.
Look at that throw. My goodness. Dansby just lays his glove there, and Amaya feeds it. Little tap on the elbow on the way by, and see you later.
2-2 now to Melendez. Swing and a miss. And Taillon faces the minimum. Couple of strikeouts in the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the third, tied at 1. Bet365, where winning is everything. And here comes Nico to the dish. What a start to the year for Hoerner. Flied out of the first pitch he saw in the bottom of the first. And that's through there for a strike. All right, check this out. Through 19 team games, you go back to 1930. Hack Wilson had a decent year that year. But you compare Nico and Hack, and Nico's actually
look out, Hack,
on pace to just blast through 19 games. So just keep an eye on it. Right now, he is ahead of where Hack Wilson was when he knocked in 190 plus. Did they add
191? Yeah, it was 190 for the longest time, and then they reviewed the records and found one more.
Tap to third, and nice play at third by Bichette. So Bo Bichette handles the chance, the former shortstop. Learning a new position.
Yeah, different angles, obviously different timing. Ball gets on you a lot quicker down there at third base.
They signed him to a 3-year deal, but there are options each year for Bo Bichette. So effectively, it amounts to he is guaranteed 1 year, $52 million. It's good work if you can find it.
Yeah, that'll pay the bills.
Yeah.
Now, Hack Wilson in 1930, the year he drove in 191, he hit 56 home runs. That was the National League record for a long time. He had a 454 on base percentage that year. Boogie walked 105 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the slash line in 1930 in the National League?
Yeah, it was a very good hitting environment in 1930. The whole league put up those numbers.
303 was the average. So
Hack Wilson was 5'6", weighed 190 pounds, and apparently wore size 6 shoes.
Wow.
And he was the center fielder. You could just, if you just pushed him, he'd just tip over. And there were a lot of nights apparently where he was in a position where you could tip him over.
What do you mean?
Hey, like the nightlife.
One out, base is empty, tied at 1. And Bush swings and misses, struck him out. They got him on a slow curve.
Yeah, one of the better breaking balls that Peralta has got off here this afternoon. So his second strikeout, he got Ballesteros, so now Bushy comes up empty on this breaking pitch.
JD, by the way, you showed the 1930 slash line. This year in the majors, it's 238, 321, 383. So only a 65-point deficit in terms of batting average. To third, Bichette gathers it in, and Bo throws him out. 1, 2, 3, go the Cubs. It's presented by Tasty Trade. If the ball stays on the mound, Cubs season ticket holder Hector Perez will win the $2,000 Tasty Trade jackpot, and he won! Woo! Congrats to Hector for winning today's edition of Mound Ball, presented by Tasty Trade. Stocks, options, futures, crypto.
And everybody around him is like, Hector, it's your turn to buy.
That's right. Tyone delivers to Alvarez. Gets under this one, lifts it center field. ECA waiting on it. He's got it. Folks, the Phillies come in starting this Monday night for a 4-game series. Tickets still available. Check them out, Cubs.com/tickets. Our old friend Kyle Schwarber will be back in town with him. Bryce Harper, you know, all those guys.
The Fightins, we like to call them the Fightins. The Fightin' Phils. They got beat up again last night. They've been scuffling.
Yeah. It's 9-0 to the Braves. Mark Vientos with a solo homer his first time up. Breaking ball swing and a miss, and he's gone. And there's 2 away.
A measure of revenge for J-Mo. Vientos had dreams of another home run. Look, he's cheating. He's opening up that front side. He's saying, I'm going to pull one into those bleachers. J-Mo says, none of my watch, pal. You've had your fun.
Did you ever see a fish called Wanda?
Great movie, yeah. John Cleese.
Yeah, and
Jamie Lee Curtis.
right at the very end when Ken gets in the steamroller and Kevin Kline is stuck in the cement and he's about to run him over with the steamroller, and Kevin Kline had been mocking him for his stuttering problem, and Ken just shouts out, "Revenge!" That's what I think of when you whenever you say a measure of revenge.
Have to rewatch it.
It's fun.
That's when Kevin Kline's like wearing an eye patch and you got a whole bunch. Or is that a different movie?
I think that's a different
one.
movie.
Yeah.
Comes a 3-0. And that's in there for a strike to Beatty, who flied to center his first time up. We're tied at 1. We're in the top of the 4th. John Sciambi, Jim Deshaies, and Elise Menaker. It's fouled away.
J-Mo coming right after him after 3-0. Fastball right down the middle. Beatty was taking all the way. 3-1. He wasn't taking. Still behind that heater. 92 miles an hour. He's a little bit behind it.
One dribbled foul. Gilbert Gomez picks it up.
I'm going to guess they call him Gigi. Just a guess.
Three-two on the way. It's the changeup softly on the ground. Horner gobbles it up. And Taillon gets a 1-2-3 for the first time today. Hey, what's going on, Gallagher Way? Back in Wrigley, here comes Ian Happ to the dish. Happ, Suzuki, and Ballesteros in the Cubs half of the 4th. It's a 1-1 game. Peralta fires. And that curveball finds the strike zone, 0-1. That's a great one from Freddie. The pitch, and that's a little bit low. How about that? Happ takes him deep on a curve.
Yeah.
And he throws him back-to-back curves to begin the at-bat.
He won't be looking for it.
3 straight. What's he going to throw him here, Sheriff? It's the slow curve.
The slow.
Love that.
I think he's got to cheese him up. Try to go down and away maybe with a good heater.
2-1.
Change up. He is nibbling.
Yeah, I'm lost right now. Now does he go Ched?
If I were him, I would go Ched up above the hands, but I don't know. Ian Happ's got his number right now.
In the air, right field. Charging in Beatty.
Well, let's take a look at that home run from Meehan last time. How far did it fly? It's brought to you by American Airlines. He went on a Waveland yesterday. This one a little bit further, 431 feet. Score your next flight at AA.com.
So one down, and here comes Seiya Suzuki.
You know, we talk a lot about pitchers and their approach to hitters. Do you pitch to your strength? Do you attack the hitter's weaknesses? We've seen Ian see a lot of off-speed pitch this year, breaking balls and changeups. So even though he's fastball Freddy, he's kind of following the scouting report that we've seen from a lot of other clubs. A lot of spin, changeups.
Yep. Suzuki fouls it away.
And Seiya's locked in. That's a pitch he does some damage with.
That's the third. Bo Bichette.
This is the all-new 2026 Nissan Sentra. With the most standard features of any sedan in its class, it means you can have your cake and drive it too. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Now get a low $289 per month lease on Sentra.
Ballesteros, 2 outs, bases clear. Cubs and Mets tied at 1. And that is ripped out into center field. Robert over to pick it up. Ballesteros takes a turn, but he'll stay put with a 2-out single.
And there's Ballesteros again jumping on a first pitch. He's had a lot of success with this approach. Big leg kick, but he gets that foot down in time. The hands stay back, and he puts that pretty stroke on that breaking ball from Peralta.
It is the 8th hit he has on a first pitch this season already, and he is tied for the major league lead.
I think what happens too sometimes with pitchers, if a hitter has a reputation of being an aggressive first pitch swinger, then the narrative becomes, well, he's a first ball fastball hitter. It's not always a fastball. I mean, he's just ready to hit.
Yep. Amaya hits it in the air down the right field line. Over near the wall, and lunging to make the catch is Beatty, and a nice play. Brett Beatty into the darkness. In the bleachers, and one in particular looked familiar, and yeah, they've handed a microphone to her. Elise, is that you?
Oh, you know, I didn't go to journalism school for nothing. If you've been in the market for a hot dog costume and can't find one, I'll tell you why. Because Kimberly Odom and her friends, they literally bought them all. There are 100, technically 95 of her friends here for her 50th birthday. Kimberly, happy birthday. You're a huge Cubs fan. Describe the effort this took, 2 years in the making, to make all this happen.
Not that hard.
Well, that's that. Back to you. No.
What I mean is, you have really good friends who love you for 50 years of your life. From high school, college, Chicago, I now live in Atlanta. They all wanted to come, and I said I had one requirement. You must wear a hot dog costume.
Hot dogs because?
Because we're at a baseball game, and also no ketchup, right? Like
No ketchup.
Chicago dog.
We have the condiments listed. Everyone has a name tag, so all the friends are identified, and there's condiments written on here. Martin gave me his costume, by the way.
The recipe for the Chicago dog is on your lanyard, so when everybody goes home and wants to wear it at work, they can be legit about the Chicago dog.
You know, it might sound weird to wear this at work, but here we are. So
As it depends on what you do for a living,
you know,
Elise.
You just got to embrace it. This is so funny. You guys are really close to the home run ball, Vientos. Did someone throw it back?
Although we didn't catch it.
No, we didn't. Okay, so we don't even worry about that.
We need a home run ball to come right here.
That'd be the best birthday present. And you're a huge Cubs fan. You went to London and Tokyo.
We did go to Tokyo and London. Both awesome. So much, and like Cubs fan love everywhere. It was so great.
So you're feeling pretty happy on your birthday.
I'm feeling so happy. Of course, I want a W. We have our flag. We're going to wave it. We're feeling it.
So now we're just waiting that out. Kimberly actually said that she didn't really want to do the interview at first because she thought she would get emotional. That's how much all of this means to her. So kudos to her friends for showing up. Kimberly, very happy 50th birthday.
Thank you, Elise. Thank you. Thank you to my people.
That's amazing. Happy birthday, Kimberly. I mean, look, yes, hugs. I get it.
I just want to see them all walking down the street together.
Yes, me too.
Look, you know, you hear over the police scanner. We've got 95 people dressed as hot dogs walking down the Waveland Avenue.
That's right. Leadoff walk by Marcus Semien, and now the count 1-1 on Benj, who has struck out and walked. 13th overall pick, or I should say first round pick in 2024, 13th overall prospect in the majors coming into the season, the Mets' top prospect.
I just saw an outstanding changeup from J-Mo.
On the ground, Horner to Swanson for one. On to first, safe.
Yeah, Benj can really run. That's one of his tools. He's a plus runner, plus, and ground ball didn't have enough pace on it. Close, but clearly safe.
Yeah, it's a good turn. So Benj aboard, and it's Bo Bichette, who's 0 for 2.
Man, he's hacking, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He's up there. It's just a swanging. He was a big tennis guy growing up. Played a lot of tennis. So the skill's very translatable. The concentration when, you know, in the batter's box, kind of a solo skill.
Well, let's see if they can turn this one. There's one. There's two. Double fault.
Match. Double plays brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year and 200,000-mile warranty on every new car.
I'll get you, JD.
Don't take my Elgin Reed.
Pete Crow Armstrong here, and PCA takes ball one. It'll go 8-9-1. PCA, Swanson, and Horner in the Cubs' fifth. Coogan JD with you along with Elise Menaker. This one popped up. Lindor. Well, this weekend the 50-50 raffle has a guaranteed jackpot of $75 grand. Fans in Illinois can purchase tickets at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning of each game. Now through the end of tomorrow's game against these Mets.
Let's go, people. Let's go. Bid them up.
Well, the open of our broadcast, we touched on Freddie Peralta's generated a lot of ground ball outs. This is more along the lines of the guy we're used to seeing with 8 outs in the air.
Yeah, not a lot of swing and miss here today. Not getting the strikeouts, but balls in the air, some lazy fly balls and pop-ups.
Good fastball, and Swanson may have been hunching on something else, but that one at 95. And now Dansby asking for time. 2-2 with one out, and the base is empty. The Mets' lone run came in the second on a Vientos homer. Happ answered in the home half of the second with a homer of his own, and that's all for Dansby Swanson.
If you think today was hard, try living one day in this man's life. Liam's had 5 heart surgeries. Let's go, Liam!
One of my best days ever.
So Nico Hoerner now 2 away, and the base is empty. Nico's 0 for 2. He's flied out and grounded out.
Yeah, earlier in the game we showed you Freddie Peralta's batting average against Cubs. Well, Cubs are not alone. He's been really good against everybody in that department. Minimum 150 starts since 1901. He is tops on that list.
In the air, Robert back, and he holds it in. Nico gave it a ride, and Luis Robert Jr. tracks it down. Motorola Razor replay. Ron Santo bobblehead giveaway today, and we flash back. Well, this is what it's from, Ronnie. Clicking those heels. Folks in the left field bleachers loving it. I love that.
Yeah, because the clubhouse used to be down the left field line, down there in the corner. And Jim Hickman, it was June of '69. Jim Hickman hit a game-winning grand slam, I believe, in either the bottom of the 9th or the 10th inning. And Ronnie was very excited and started doing the heel click thing. Which, you know, back in the day, you know, there was a lot of the opposition. They were not big fans of that.
Sure.
They thought showboating.
Well, you and I have come out of here after some big Cub wins and clicked our heels, and we've gotten into a couple of fights. Tom McCarthy of the Phillies. We had to throw down with him and John Kruk one time. It can get aggressive here in the broadcast booth. When JD clicks his heels, all bets are off.
Yeah, if we start clicking our heels, we'll be in traction before you know it.
You're not kidding. Budweiser broadcast booth, this Bud's for you.
But I love how the bobblehead's got a little spring attached to it. So Ronnie actually, you know, he springs when he jumps up to click his heels. It's really cool.
Agreed. Fly ball right field. Suzuki shading his eyes. PCA by his side.
Leo Durocher was the manager of the Cubs back in 1969, and he asked Ronnie, he said, do it after every home win, keep it going. And he did for a long time, and then things kind of went south towards the end of the year, you may recall. And
yeah, these Mets ended up winning the World Series. Luis Robert Jr. On the ground, softly hit, charging Swanson. Fields throws to first. Hey, here's a reminder. Saturday, May 2nd, the Cubs and the Diamondbacks get together at 1:20. The first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Kerry Wood bobblehead. It's presented by Coca-Cola. And don't miss the moment. Visit Cubs.com/tickets. I love that.
I feel like the makers of the bobbleheads have upped their game in recent years. Like the likenesses are getting better and better.
What did you think of ours?
Like I said, I think in recent years the likenesses have gotten better and better.
I had somebody once say to me, why do you have a bobblehead of Justin Bieber and Stanley Tucci in marquee apparel?
Well, J-Mo getting near the end of the line here. 93 pitches now. Imagine the plan would be get through 6. Hand it over to the bullpen. It's going to be curious to see how Craig Counsell handles the late innings.
Oh, the phone just rang in the bullpen. And that is ball 4. So a 2-out base runner. JD, I have an announcement to make.
Yeah.
Monday, May the 4th is Star Wars night. You know that. And so Star Wars night on May the 4th at Wrigley Field. Fans who purchase tickets, Cubs.com/specials, receive an exclusive Cubs Grogu bobblehead. Don't miss out on this offer. Now, yesterday on the broadcast, I had to explain to JD. He just said, I thought that was Yoda. And I said, it's Baby Yoda, and Baby Yoda's name is Grogu. And yeah, you got to put us on camera, Foxy. I don't know why I didn't feel like using talkback. I'm sorry. What's wrong with that? The 1-0. All right. So we're walking out of the ballpark, and I see somebody with a stamp on the back of their car, like baby on board or something, and it's got the Grogu guy. And as we're walking, JD and I are just silent, and I point at the sticker, and JD just goes, Grogu, and then we just keep walking.
So here's what I don't know. I always thought Baby Yoda was like Yoda when he was a baby, the character. But this is actually Yoda's child, Grogu. Is that the? I don't know the Star Wars story that well. I don't know the characters.
Popped up, fouled it back to the plate. Amaya. Oh, first throw. Look out. JD, I don't have the foggiest idea.
Yeah. So you're not the Star Wars expert that perhaps I thought you were. But
No,
you sold it really well.
Yeah. You pulled the curtain back. Everybody gets to see the wizard.
It's Hobie Milner, the crafty lefty, up in the Cubs bullpen. All the bats available on the bench today for the Mets are right-handed.
Popped up. Bregman, Swanson makes the catch. Yes, that's what Jameson Taillon is saying.
Spot on.
Shambi, Deshays, Bieber, Tucci, they all love it. We are back here at Wrigley, and it's a 1-1 game. We go bottom of the 6th, and it'll be Bush, then Bregman, and then Happ. Freddie Peralta, pitch count at 75, which for Freddie is relatively efficient. Bush laces that one left field, sinking liner, but it's caught by Benj.
You know, he threw a ton of pitches in that second inning, so it looked like it might end up being a short start for him. But since then, he's been efficient. The Cubs have been aggressive. There's been a lot of balls put in play early in counts, and that has allowed him to kind of become much more efficient as we move through this game. There you see it, 33 in the second, and I'm sure Carlos Mendoza was thinking, uh-oh, this could be a short day for my ace, or co-ace, I guess you would say, with the McLean kid, who's been so good.
That one in there for a strike. Bregman today is flied out and grounded out. The 2-1. Hit hard, and Bichette grabs it, spins, and throws. And there's 2 away. JD, we got an answer here from Saul. Grogu from the same species as Yoda. No relation.
No relation at all.
Baby Yoda, he's not actually his baby. It's just that's like the nickname.
Wow. Wow.
Thanks, Saul. Yeah, Grogu is about 50 years old.
And I'm guessing Grogu is some kind of an acronym that stands for something. It's not a question. I'm just throwing that out there. That's not a question. Just thinking out loud. Chewbacca got his name from chewing tobacco because they wanted a name that was thinking like something kind of gross and nasty.
The 2-1. Fouls it back in a homer, and he's flied out.
In the Cubs bullpen, Hoby Milner has taken a seat, and now Ben Brown is getting ready. So looks like Ben will be out there for the 7th.
Three and 2 on Ian Happ. 2 outs, bases empty. Peralta. And Ian spoils that one. Three-2, and that is in the dirt, and the go-ahead run is on base.
Peralta didn't want to challenge, tried to trick him with a changeup, and Ian, who had just used his timeout, I think kind of was, if not sitting on that changeup, maybe hunching that he wouldn't get a heater there.
Justin Willard heading to the mound, and while we have a moment, you can score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com, from official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies. We've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Cubs, the official source for your Chicago Cubs gear.
There's now action in the Mets bullpen. I think it's Brooks Raley, I believe, former Cub.
The left to get loose.
Long time ago, former Cub.
So Raley is up for the Mets. Ben Brown for the Cubs. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and we got ourselves a 1-1 game. And Seiya Suzuki. Seiya, strike 1. Snap throw, and diving back in safely is Happ.
Ball in dirt. Alvarez immediately thinks back pick.
And another throw over there. Seiya Suzuki at the plate. Yesterday, Seiya had a pair of hits, including a double. That was his first extra base hit of the season. And there's a pitch that misses upstairs. 2-1 on Suzuki. Oof. That thing was boring in on him, and he fouled it off his leg or his foot.
Yeah, as we've moved through this game, Peralta has become more and more dependent on his secondary pitches, his changeup and his breaking ball. This is a changeup that he fouls right off the top of his knee.
Fouled the ball off his back leg, and that's hard to do. Right on the quad. Two in the dirt.
Get into the later stages of a game like this, a tie game. It's natural for a pitcher to pitch away from contact. Doesn't want to make a mistake over the plate, hoping the hitter will expand his zone, get himself out.
3-2 with Happ at first. And he'll be on the move with 2 outs. And Peralta will step off the backside of the rubber. 1-1 game. Peralta fires off the outside edge, and we're going to have a challenge.
Pitcher called the ball. Catcher is challenging.
Catcher challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and it's a ball, and it's ball 4, and that is big. So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position, and Moises Ballesteros, it looks like, will not face Freddie Peralta. He's going to face Brooks Raley.
And we talked about pitchers wanting to pitch out of the zone with game on the line type situation. So the key is, can the hitters be patient and work the walk, accept the walk? And that is what happened here with Happ and Suzuki.
Peralta hadn't walked anyone the entire day, and then walks the last 2. Pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Chicago Cubs baseball on Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. By Prevagen, made for the brain. And by Wintrust, different approach, better results. Ian Happ, a homer, and now Happ is in scoring position representing the go-ahead run. New pitcher is the southpaw Brooks Raley.
Brooks on for the 8th time, 6 2/3, a 1.35 ERA.
And he won't face Moises Ballesteros. First pitch swinging. Carson Kelly out of here. It's a pinch hit 3-run homer. And just like that, Cubs 4, Mets 1. Kelly does the damage. Wow.
Yeah, nice to have an option like that coming off the bench. He's been swinging the bat so well. That almost got to the hot dogs out there at the top of the bleachers. This home run brought to you by Hefty strength you can trust. Put a little mustard on it.
Carson Kelly, a pinch hit homer, and the Cubs have the lead. Hugs. For Carson Kelly, his second career pinch hit homer. So he hits for Ballesteros, I'll say. On the ground, Simeon gathers it in and throws him out. An inning that started with the first two hitters being retired, then two walks, and then one pitch, one swing, Carson Kelly. And the Cubs have the lead.
It's the top of the 7th, and the Cubs are now up 4-1 thanks to that guy, Carson Kelly, and his pinch hit 3-run home run. And sometimes it's nice to admire your own work. They were playing it up on the Jumbotron after the final out, and they all got a peek in the dugout. So it was fun to watch them all enjoy it a second time.
Absolutely. For Carson Kelly, a first pitch homer. Cover your eyes. Yeah, just got to shade a little bit. Ben Brown on here. This note from Ethan Cooperson. That was the 518th pinch hit plate appearance in the majors this season, and the first one with a homer on the first pitch. In the air, and Pete Crow Armstrong. One away.
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of guys come off the bench in a pinch hit situation. They want to maybe take a pitch, track the ball a little bit. Carson's like, no, I'm ready to go, man. Throw it in there. I'm going to take a hack at it. As you look at the numbers for the hard-throwing right-hander Ben Brown, he's working for the 7th time, 14 2/3 and a 3.07 ERA. Last saw him in Philly. I think it was the opener of that series, went 2 scoreless. In the modern game now, typically in a game like this, it would be like, okay, you've got the 7th and so-and-so's got the 8th, and here's my guy who's going to pitch the 9th. With the Cubs bullpen
right now,
yeah, it might be, hey, just go as long as you can go, Ben.
Yeah.
Take it to the house if you're throwing well.
Craig Counsell's got 87 lefties down there, and it's not even really the imbalance as much as it is their leverage guys.
Yeah, there's there's a lot of young guys that don't have a ton of experience out there in high leverage situations. The guys that were supposed to do that job are currently on the IL. Daniel Palencia joined that list yesterday.
Yeah, Palencia, Harvey, Maton were going to be 3 of their top relievers.
Guy who's taken a little bit of a step forward is Riley Martin. He hasn't pitched a lot, but it's been impressive. I think it's gotten Craig Counsell's attention.
(3-2) and ball 4, and obviously not what Craig Counsell is looking for there. Folks, the next Cubs walk-off victory at Wrigley Field could send you to Vegas. Enter the Circa walk-off to Vegas sweepstakes now by scanning the QR code. Scan it right now. Scan it for your chance to win big. Am I still going with the person?
I think we discussed that, yeah.
You have any other Grogu questions?
No, I'm good on Grogu.
Okay. 2-0 is Brown with one out. Issues the walk to Beatty, and Semien with a single and a walk.
Whoop. I think one more base runner and the Cubs will get the bullpen active.
Yeah.
Gives you an idea of where he feels about the ability to throw the fastball for a strike right now. The 3-0 curveball.
(3-1). Throws another in there for a strike.
You know, it reminds me of you, Darvish, when you was here. In hitters counts, he rarely could throw his fastball for a strike. He'd throw that little cutter. That was his get over pitch.
3-2. Here it comes. In the air, left field. Happ is back near the wall, and Ian makes the catch. What a play! Running out of room, he hauls it in. And Ben Brown going 3 straight curveballs. Semien was ready for that one.
Yeah. Dangerous pitch, and Ian Happ with a great play up against the wall to haul it in. So he falls behind 3-0. Can't locate with the heater. Decides to throw the curveball and finds the zone, and Ian bails him out, and he gets a fresh start with a new hitter.
103.5 at 22.6. The wind may have hurt that one a bit. Yeah, the first one to Benj misses upstairs. Yeah, I think the wind probably took a bite out of that. Those numbers are lying.
It depends on the height of the ball, right?
I mean, popped in the air. Swanson is there to make the play. And it's time now for the 7th inning stretch. It is brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
For today's stretch, please direct your attention to the left field video board as Cubs Hall of Fame third baseman Ron Santo leads us with "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
All right, let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Me out to the ball. Me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I ever get back. It's one. At the old ball game. Yeah, let's get some run.
And Kelly for Carson Kelly off the bench. First pitch swinging and blasted it out of town for a 3-run homer and gave the Cubs the lead. Here's PCA. Pete 0 for 2. 8-9-1 in the order as Raley fires. Craig Counsell played the matchup. Brooks Raley in his career lefties have hit 182 against him. PCA puts a charge into that one, and hauling it in left field is Carson Benj.
Time now for the Advocate Healthcare Cornerstone, and we look at a man who played for a lot of clubs with certainly both of these two teams. Dave Kingman, 448 career home runs, 16 MLB seasons. When he retired, it was the most home runs for a player not in the Hall of Fame. Led MLB with 48 bombs for the Cubs in '79. One way down there on Kenmore Street. You may recall Kong doing that. 37 for the Mets in '82. 3 times an All-Star. And on to go. And he went to high school here at the Mount Prospect.
Back here at Wrigley, and the pitching changes. Luke Weaver takes over. And a slender right-hander in his first season with the Mets. And it's been, dicey thus far.
Well, he's moved across town, spent last 2.5 seasons with the Yankees. 2 seasons plus. He ended up being their closer in the postseason last year, wasn't he? Last year or the year before?
Yeah, last year ended up with 8 saves. And he finished 1 game in the playoffs for the Yankees against the Blue Jays.
Been around a good long while. He debuted with the Cardinals back in '16. Mostly a starter through most of his career, and then made the transition to the bullpen. Had a couple real nice years with the Yankees. Still only 32, 22 years old when he came up.
Yeah, 24 and 25. The fastball velo was way up. He's averaging about 96, 95. Not throwing quite as hard this year. His 4-seamer averaging 94. One out, bases empty. Swanson hits it in the air out towards left center field. That one towards the bleachers, and that's caught. I mean, the perfect part of this ballpark to hit it, and where Dansby likes to go a lot, but Robert was able to grab that one just under the basket.
Yeah, this is a home run yesterday. This is a home run quite often here at Wrigley. In those days when it does blow out, Robert taking charge. I got this. He's tracking it. Right up against the ivy, and able to pull it in.
So 2 down, bases clear, 4-1. Cubs lead the Mets, and ball 1 to Nico Hoerner, is looking for his first hit of the day. One bounce, but foul of third. JD, let's check in on the 50-50.
Yeah, I was curious about that earlier.
Well, the guarantee was 75, and it's already up over 90. Love it.
Yeah, we got the rest of today and tomorrow to build that jackpot.
Build it.
You know, if I were the mound ball winner, I'd just go find one of those 50-50 people and just take half my winnings and throw it into the 50-50.
Yeah, like where heads at.
Playing with house money.
Ball to strike. Alvarez pushing the buttons back there. And Weaver, his fastball misses outside. On the ground to short, and Lindor gets Nico Hoerner. All right, JD, so here's my question. If you win Mound Ball, what can you just hand the check over and
Yeah,
they'll cash
just
it
give that
for
big
you?
check to the yellow shirt person. Yeah, here you go.
Okay. And we have news to report. They're taking a second look, a second opinion. Always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
The call on the field stands. The runners out. Chicago loses their challenge.
So it was interesting because Vientos definitely came off the base and then tried to recontact the base, or did, but did he do it in time? So he's off the base right there. You can see. And then it's hard to tell, but they said call stands. Back to break. We'll have more baseball after this. And Brown kicks, fires. And a curveball misses down and away. All quiet in the Cubs bullpen. We're in the 8th, and that one redirects off the backside of Ben Brown, and it'll be a base hit for Bo Bichette.
He makes a lot of hard contact. It's high off the backside of Ben. Just kind of falls off a little bit to the first base side. He tries to make that little tricky behind the back play. Look at the frustration on Nico. Nico knows if that gets by Ben, he's going to be there to make a play.
So man at first, nobody out, and the first one to Lindor. That's a strike. JD, what do you write in your scorebook for that?
I just put S, like single 1 off the pitcher. Do you put more details?
I usually draw a baby Grogu.
Anytime it's off the pitcher's body.
I just put 1. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Grogu was part of that 2016 group that won it all. That's in there for a strike. Good pitch. And 1-2 on Lindor, who has singled, struck out, and flied out.
That curveball can be a good ground ball pitch for Ben. He's throwing a sinker now these days. It's kind of a new wrinkle this season.
Got in on his thumbs that time with 97. And it's 1-2. Caleb Thielbar up. Oh, there's our old buddy. Greg Kimbrell up. Two and two now. Man at first, nobody out. 4-1 Cubs. Ben Brown kick steals. On the ground, Swanson knocks it down, picks it up, throw to first, safe at first. It was hit hard, and with the defense positioned in that way, Dansby was in an awkward spot, and not fielding it cleanly made it challenging. They'll call it a base hit.
Play I've seen Dansby make time and time again. This ball's got a little funky spin on it too. Difficult hop, and once the bobble happens, then we're going to get him. So a play that could have been made, maybe not a play that should have been made, so it's ruled a base hit.
Robert hits it up the middle. Horner, Swanson throws high, and it pulled Bush off the base. So you could tell Dansby reached back for a little bit extra, trying to fire a strike to first base.
Kind of playing pepper here. pinging the ball through the middle of the diamond. This time it gets by Brown. Nico with the flip to Dansby. Nice footwork at the bag. Good work by Michael Busch to elevate and make sure no further damage.
Tommy Hotovy out for a visit. So 1 out. And runners at the corners. It'll be MJ Melendez.
This quality start is brought to you by National Car Rental. Speed, control, winning confidence. J-Mo really good here today. And look at his numbers at Wrigley Field since 2024. 28 starts and a 2.65 ERA. 19 quality starts of those 28 trips to the mound.
That is pretty darn good. So Taillon continues to enjoy the home cooking. Cubs with the lead. Tying run at the plate. And Melendez late that time. Or as they would say in New York, he was tawdy. Tawdy. Bichette is at third. Robert at first. Brown deals.
Oof.
And that one right off of Amaya. Yeah.
Just taking a moment there to shake off the cobwebs.
Oh, and 2. Let's see what he goes with here. 1 out, first and third. Brown kicks, delivers. Right after with a fastball, a little bit up.
Trying to finish him off, thinking punch out here, punch this guy out, get your ground ball from the next guy, get 2 and get out of Dodge. Well, you wouldn't need 2 with the next guy, would you?
You just need 1 after.
Just yeah, to get this guy. So,
yeah.
So never mind that. You could just bank that one for next inning.
Check swing. Did he go? You bet. Struck him out.
Sure he did.
Todd Tischner down there. And now it's Francisco Alvarez. 0 for 3. Still got to be careful. Ooh. Ball 1, no strikes.
And Alvarez has probably been their best hitter here in the early goings at 4 home runs already. OPS up over 900.
Here's a 1-0. On the ground, Horner to his left. Outfield grass. Fires. It pulls Busch. Oh, he's out. All right. Adam Hammery right on top of it.
They're going to challenge.
New York is challenging the out call at first base.
They're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
It's going to be safe.
Yeah.
Great glove work by Nico. Awkward position to make the throw. Michael does everything he can to try to maintain contact with the bag, but clearly off.
So that is going to cost the Cubs a run, it appears. And the inning will continue.
This is where replay in many ways really bails out the umpires, right? Because if this wasn't being replayed, the inning's over, and this is on all the highlight shows tonight.
Yep.
People are going to be losing their minds.
Yeah, I think that's what ultimately makes it good, though, right?
Yes, yeah.
field's overturned. Runner safe. New York retains their challenge.
So the call overturned. And Alvarez. It'll go E4. Their runners at first and second. And it's Vientos who has homered, struck out, and flied out. That's a strike. Brown deals. Swing and a miss. Got a chase on a really tight breaking pitch.
Yeah, that's what J-Mo threw him to strike him out back in the fourth. Took a bad hack at the breaking ball that time. Does again here. That error charged to Nico, just the first for Nico this season.
Robert at second, Alvarez at first. And the 0-2 missed. Never had the plate. The 1-2. Check swing. Did he go? No swing. Adam Hammery on the call.
Thought they might take one shot with the fastball up and then go back to that breaking ball, because I think you can get him to chase. But now that he's seen a couple in a row, it becomes a little bit more difficult to get the chase. But again, you see that front side open, and he's got a couple guys on, down 2.
Bregman. And Ben Brown gets out of it. The Mets get a run back. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Brown is fired up. 4-2 Cubs. Game summary, and it's brought to you by Wintrust. And for Jameson Taillon, 6 very strong innings, allowing a run on the solo homer by Vientos, Happ a solo homer, and then the big swing in the 6th. Carson Kelly, his pinch hit 3-run homer on the first pitch from Brooks Raley. And that's the difference in the game. And look who's into the game.
Craig Kimbrel still doing it. The age of 38. 440 career saves on his resume. This is his 3rd appearance on the Mets.
So that breaking pitch misses upstairs. Drive to right field. It sounded like he broke his bat in a base hit.
Maybe down towards the end of the bat a little bit.
Yeah.
That served him well. Took a little steam off of it and allowed it to drop in front of the right fielder.
Bounced to the right side, and they'll go 4-6-3. Simeon to Lindor to Vientos, and there's 2 away. Cubs have Caleb Thielbar up. Looks like the 9th belongs to the lefty. Kimbrel, as JD mentioned, 37 years old. originally drafted by the Braves back in 2008. And he had some seasons. I'm talking 5th all-time in saves, and he's one of the best strikeout pitchers we've ever seen. JD, his career strikeout rate is 39%.
Yeah, that's insane.
And Ian Happ will take his base.
Obviously doesn't have the giddy up on his fastball that he once had.
Throwing over to make sure that Happ will stay close. It's that unique way of listening in for the sign, just that arm dangling to his side. Fastball misses at just 92. I guess the story was he had a real bad bout of tendonitis one time, and when he was leaning over to look in for signs, it felt good to just have his arm hanging out. And now, you know, it's obviously over the course of his career, it's morphed into a thing where he's placing it there, but it was more just a way to like let the arm dangle a little bit.
Yeah, it looks really awkward now.
Yeah, it does.
It's kind of become his signature move.
Yep.
Well, once you have a signature move, you're not going to let it go. Kind of looks like a pterodactyl. And I've never seen a pitch. He goes really deep when he's looking to wet his fingers. He goes like he's going to gag.
Seiya chasing that time.
Man, he's getting in there deep. Come on, Craig.
2-2. And Suzuki lays off. 3-2 now. 2 outs. Man at first. Kimbrel ready. There goes the runner. Pitch is lifted in the air to right field. Beatty there. And we'll head to the 9th. Beautiful shots from our Megalodon camera, powered by Nissan. ShopNissanUSA.com. First pitch swinging. Carson Kelly out of here. It's a pinch hit 3-run homer. And just like that, Cubs 4, Mets 1. And that was our Infiniti cutting edge moment. Experience their luxury SUVs today. Tommy Pham will pinch hit for Brett Beatty as Caleb Thielbar looks to secure the final 3 outs of the game. A foul ball, and it's 0-1. So of his 5 career saves, 1 with the Cubs. That was last year. Talking to Caleb the other day, I said, did you expect you'd still be doing this at 39? He said, I didn't expect I'd still be doing this at 29. Pham dribbles that foul. 1-2 on the veteran pinch hitter right here. Cubs have been out hit today 7-5, but Carson Kelly, the biggest hit of the game, a 3-run homer. The 1-2. Two and two. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Struck him out. Six strikeouts for the Cubs to help AbbVie Striking Out Cancer Initiative. AbbVie, people, passion, possibilities. So 6 punch outs today, 1 down, and it's Marcus Semien.
We were talking earlier about the injuries to the Cubs bullpen, and Craig Counsell talking about it yesterday said, you know, and I think this is the right way to think about it, especially early in the year. It's going to provide opportunities for guys to pitch in higher leverage situations than they otherwise would, and it's going to give guys major league time that they wouldn't get, and that could prove really valuable as you move through the season. Now, a guy like Thielbar, he's been around the block a while, so you're not too worried about him, but some of these other guys might be forced into pitching into some more high leverage situations, and that's valuable experience.
Yeah, who knows who could step up and ultimately still be part of it when they get back to full health. Thielbar blows away Semien. 2 down.
Pham with the curveball. Semien gets the high cheddar.
And Tyrone Taylor is going to pinch hit for Benj. Cole Wright, Cliff Floyd coming up at the conclusion of our game with Cubs post-game live. So stay tuned for that. But first things first, Tyrone Taylor. Thielbar. Check swing. Did he go? You betcha. Cubs bidding to hand the Mets their 10th straight loss. The last time the Mets lost 10 in a row, 2004, Art Howe was their manager. If you're a Met fan, you want to keep things positive. The last team to lose 10 in a row, last year's Guardians, and they made the playoffs. Oh, 2 on Tyrone Taylor. Thielbar kick steals. 96. How are you 39 years old throwing 96?
He's got a little extra adrenaline flowing here today.
He has been a real find for the Cubs last year and this year. Thielbar. And that one in the dirt.
It's so old school, that delivery. Big windup, high, over the top delivery, sharp down breaking curveball.
And he gets into his legs, like it makes him almost smaller because he gets into his legs so much.
An old school drop and driver.
In the air, Swanson waving, waiting for it. Dansby has it. Ball game. Cubs win. A big swing of the bat from Carson Kelly. A great start from Jameson Taillon. And the Cubs continue to roll. That's 4 in a row. Sing that song. Cubs win it, and that makes it 4 in a row. Everybody, including all the hot dogs in the bleachers, very excited.
Yeah, very excited. Nice day at the ballpark. You know, the Cubs are on this roll. We're scoring 10 runs a game. You can't do that every day. Today, the pitching stepped up in a big way. Jamison Tyone was really good. Ben Brown and then Caleb Thielbar finishing things off. And Ian Happ goes deep again. Made a great play in left. Carson Kelly with the heroics off the bench. Sing, 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 folks.
Fun day at the ballpark. For Jim DeShays, Elise Medeker, and our entire crew, I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. Again, your final: Cubs 4, Mets 2. Tomorrow, the series finale. It'll be Javier Assad and David Peterson. Coverage begins at noon. Up next, Cubs postgame live. Cole Wright and Cliff Floyd. Cole, it's all yours, sir.
Thank you very much. And Cliff, he said that John Smoltz was always one move ahead of him. And it appeared as if Craig Counsell was one move ahead of Carlos Mendoza when he pinch hit.
Well, we're going to talk about that.
We will.
Right? When we come back from break.
All right, let's just go to break.
About that pinch hit opportunity.
We'll go to break. You guys get a snack. Come on back, and we're going to tell you all about it. A quality win. That's next on Cubs Post Game Live.